what about this Diddy mess? What y'all think Diddy family was doing for Thanksgiving? Ooh. I don't even know how I made this transition, but I was just thinking about it. Like the last picture we saw of Diddy, his head was in his, his head was in his hands. He looked like he was stressed the hell out. Okay. And it seems like he had reason to be stressed out because immediately after Diddy settled with Cassie, mm, 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 all hell has broken loose. Two new victims have come forward alleging that Diddy, raped them. Okay. One has also named Aaron Hall. Y'all remember Aaron Hall from Guy and Public Announcement and all that? They say Aaron Hall was R. Kelly before R. Kelly was R. Kelly. Okay. So it's just been interesting. He stepped down as chairman of Revolt TV. Now, all of his businesses wanted to separate themselves from him. What is it? The liquor company, the Ciroc, everything is separating themselves from him. Now, the interesting thing I was reading over earlier today, this one attorney was basically saying that Cassie's settlement, that there wasn't an NDA, which is really juicy, which means she could probably still talk about it if she wants to. This person on Twitter actually said, hold on, I'm gonna show you this. Cassie didn't just sue Diddy, she sued him and every corporation he owned and served as an officer or director. Now you wonder why he's having to step down from all these corporations, or all these corporations are separating themselves. Is because a lot of them were also named in the lawsuit. She also tapped into commercial and officer director liability, which are usually over $1 million each. And Diddy can't refuse to settle. It's on the insurance to decide. And look, she said his exposure is now so high that the risk of having him at those companies will increase their rates exorbitantly and or decrease their insurability overall. So the board may then make the executive decision to let him go. So if you follow Diddy, he sued companies almost every few years. The last two was Diego and Global Brands Group. One thing you're going to learn being around him was how to file a lawsuit and how he also gets out of lawsuits. Ooh, he did sue them. So, most people file lawsuits to settle. And Cassie filed that lawsuit. I know a lot of people are upset because, she allegedly got upwards of over 30 million. We know she may have gotten up to 100 million, but a lot of people are upset that, she got a settlement at all because they felt like he needed to be punished for his crimes. But it was a civil suit and not a criminal suit, which means he was never going to jail, for this lawsuit in the first place. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Hold on, I'm gonna show you this. Like this video as y'all come in here. Like it. I was looking at this. Shout out to the poor horsemen. They actually had attorney Simone Redwine from Ready to Love season 2 on. Okay. She's also a Girl That's Legal. Girl Is That Legal on YouTube. She actually talked about the case and the breakdown of how Cassie doesn't necessarily have to abide by any non-disclosure agreement. Hold on, I want y'all to listen to this. Y'all know what the drill is. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all know the drill. Thank you very much. We are researching. Okay. So, hold on. We're gonna look at this real quick. We're gonna look at this. Now, thank y'all. I see you. Thank you, Miss Kiki. I see you. Now, hold on.
About some legal stuff real quick.
Sure.
All right. So we want to get your opinion as a legal scholar. We appreciate that you went through all your scholastic endeavors so you can come give us some knowledge today.
Yeah.
Hip hop right now is going through their Me Too movement. All right. The first.
Again, shout out to the poor poor horseman. I just want y'all to hear her breakdown of this situation.
I guess case to drop is Diddy.
Yeah.
How was that settled so quickly?
Okay, this is fascinating to me. So that one was settled so quickly, I believe, because her attorneys were really brilliant. They didn't sue just Diddy. They sued his corporations.
They sure did.
And they
Y'all hear that? I just read that. They didn't sue just Diddy. They sued the corporation. So y'all wondering why it was settled in 24 hours or less? It was because Diddy did not even have the option to say, no, we can't settle it. It was because all the corporations wanted to hurry up and get it settled because they might be on the lam for even more than the millions she was asking for. Now listen.
They sued his corporations and sued as in her capacity as an employee. When you do that, it triggers commercial liability insurance.
Yeah.
And it triggers another policy called directors and officers. Okay. And we know he's a director of these companies as the CEO. So now you got two policies. What happens then is it takes away Puffy's ability to settle. It's not his choice no more.
So it's no longer personal accountability. It's his organization.
It's his organization. And it's no different than like if you hit somebody with your car.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have State Farm. State Farm gets to decide to settle, not you. You could say, I didn't run the stop sign. That's not true. They're lying. If State Farm says, we don't care, we did our investigation, we're settling. That's it. That's what happened here. So because they added those claims, the corporate insurance carrier got to say, read over it and say, oh, hell no, we giving her the money. Because if
I know, right? Pascal, that's T. I can't turn it up any louder, y'all. Y'all can't hear that. I can hear it. Y'all can't hear it. Let me know.
Because if they don't, right? So also her lawyers, they get to write a letter. It's called a demand letter. And they get to say, we are demanding the limits of your insurance policy.
Oh, yeah.
That means
That'd have been crazy. Yeah.
And here's what's wild. If they read over it and they realize based on these facts here, it would be reasonable to give that. If they don't give it to them, and let's say the policy is 30 million, but they go to trial and the jury gives her 250 million.
Correct.
They got to
pay 50. Yeah. And that discovery process and trial would have been
They got to
great.
pay.
Are y'all hearing this? Ooh.
The 250 million, and they got to pay the extra for all of his attorneys. If his attorneys alone cost $1 million, they got to pay that, even though it was only a $30 million policy. So basically, because of the facts and because it's now a corporate policy, Diddy don't have the right to settle anymore. And that's how it happened so fast.
Do you think that she got the full 30?
Oh, I know that she did.
You think it's
As
full
an
30?
attorney, I believe so, because that's how it happens that fast, is because when you give them the policy cap, there's nothing to argue about anymore.
Wow.
Right?
No, you're right.
I didn't know it was that deep.
It is.
This is juicy. Yes, exactly. Diddy is a liability.
That's the only time it goes that fast, is you take away what is there to argue about. And what's even crazier is the other reason because it went that fast, she didn't have to sign no confidentiality.
Agreed. And that's what's crazy to me.
Now, everybody wanted to know about the confidentiality agreement. Here it goes. There was this law that was recently passed in New York that says that if a lawsuit was settled in 21 days or less, there can be no non-disclosure agreement.
I mean, she could still write that book.
She gonna write that book.
Man.
And that's why he may have criminal something later. If the statute of limitation hasn't expired on that, I don't know. But in New York, if you settle in under 21 days, there cannot be no confidentiality agreement. And she also sued under California. California says if you're accusing them of something that could be a felony, which she is, then under no circumstances, 21 days or otherwise, you cannot have a non-disclosure, because the public should be warned and should get the chance to know whatever it was he did to you.
Wow.
Woo! The public deserves to know every fact and situation what happened. Ooh, we gonna get a book soon, y'all.
So if we're hearing you, Diddy's public reputation is done.
It's done.
Yeah.
And if he wants to be able to leave anything to his children, he needs to walk away from all of these corporations.
Damn, he can no longer be the head of his corporations.
Well, remember, didn't I say directors and officers liability?
Yeah.
More than likely, what will happen is those insurance companies, they have the ability to say, we won't renew your policy if he continues to be a director or officer.
And you got
Ooh. Yeah, Diddy's done. Diddy's done. Mm-mm.
Gotta have
That's
that
why
insurance.
You
Vince
gotta have
McMahon stepped down, huh?
Yeah, that was the same reason.
Who?
A wrestler for
Mm.
WWE, the owner CEO, he had to step down for a similar reason.
I
And
don't
it was
care
probably
about
the
that.
same
I
thing.
want to
Didn't
know
tie
about
in that
Cassie.
insurance.
And so when people say it's about the money, it's about the money. I say in America, if you get to the money, if you get to the insurance, that's how you control the behavior. Because nothing else can make Puffy step down.
Oh, without question. Yeah, without
Nothing.
question. Nothing will. So you're in the impression that a lot of these people. Now, what's going on? You may not know all his details, but somehow, what's his
the next
name?
one?
He's over in like India doing yoga now.
Russell Simmons.
Oh, he's talking about Russell
He's
Simmons
been
now.
able to shield all of his liability, all of his cases. How does he get away with that being in that, like, in another part of the world?
Right. So part of it is for criminal stuff. For certain civil stuff, it's related to service.
Okay.
But what doesn't make sense to me, so I represented one of R. Kelly's victims, and we were having issues with service of R. Kelly.
Let me just say this: somebody protecting Russell. But anyway, let's
But
listen.
what happens is after you try to serve someone, when you know they're out of the country intentionally like that, there are alternatives. So more than likely what happened is that for that lawsuit, they want to just preserve and get that lawsuit on file. They can continue to proceed without getting to him because you can have a whole trial without that person coming to America. They
Oh,
do it all
damn.
the
I didn't
time.
realize that. Okay.
So that's an excuse.
Okay.
Somebody is lying over up in here. But it's my understanding that recently another lawsuit was filed against him.
Yeah.
Recently under this new statute. So that new statute window just closed.
Or closes Monday.
Ooh. Listen, they talking about Russell. We going down a whole nother rabbit hole. But y'all go watch the full video over there on Pure Horsemen, Poor Horsemen, POUR Horsemen. Okay, shout out to them. That was that was very informative. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I gotta share that with my people. Diddy did not have any say so in whether to settle or not. Y'all keep talking about, oh, if he felt like he was innocent, he would have fought. He didn't listen, because she was suing those corporations too. The insurance and everything wanted to get ahead of it. They went ahead and settled. And hell, he's not even paying the bulk of it. He paying, the portion, a little portion, and all the rest of the companies that she sued is paying it too. So he probably paying his 30 million, and they paying 30 million, and the other company paying 30 million. Cassie probably walked away with $200 million. Who knows? Anywho, yes, like this video.